Hello, my friend. Welcome to What's Up in Makeup Live. I am so excited to be here. This is going to be so much fun. This is the first time I've ever done a What's Up in Makeup Live. If you are not familiar, I do a makeup news show every single Sunday. It's edited and it's all, it's all polished and everything. And I also do a live chat on Sundays. And today we're doing like a hybrid, mush mosh of the two, and we're going to talk about all of the things that I would have talked about. Well, maybe not all of the things. I trimmed it down a little bit because we tend to get talking here on live chat. So I trimmed it down to like the best, most interesting things that I would have talked about if we did What's Up in Makeup this morning. Yesterday, my family and I did a trip to Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we haven't been in 2 years, and my kids were so incredibly excited. So we did that yesterday, and yesterday on Saturday is usually when I do all my big editing. So I knew I wasn't going to have that day to do it. And I just decided we're just going to take the week off, but sort of. I still did all of the research and we're still going to talk about it. The other thing I want to talk about, just quick housekeeping very quickly, is that if you did not see my launch video for my Sigma favorites set, this launched this week. I am so incredibly excited. After this video is live, I will link the launch video down below for this. I'm just very honored to work with Sigma. They said, hey, do you want to order this many? And I said, well, I think we need to order a little bit more than that because I wanted to make sure that everybody that wanted to get it at launch was able to get it. So they are still available. And I'm very happy that they allowed me to do that, to make more of them available so that people that maybe wanted to wait or weren't thinking, weren't sure. I didn't want to sell it. That whole scarcity marketing thing? You know how much I don't like that in the makeup space. So yeah. So I asked them to order quite a few more than they normally would. So they are still available if you're interested. And I'm very, very thankful to Sigma for wanting to partner with me on that. All right. So before we get started with chat, we've got lots of interesting things to talk about today. I do want to say quickly hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. We're going to be helping me comment on these things that happened this past week in the beauty space. So hello to Yasu Cherry. Welcome back. She is in France. Hello. Very good to see you. Teresa is here. Thank you so much for being here, Teresa, and the rest of the moderators. I appreciate you so very much. Just such a wonderful crew. Hello to Sarah and Lana and Francesca. Great morning in Chicago for Sarah. It's been beautiful out. Hello to Monica. So good to see you. And Lisa in the UK. Dee is here. Dee Sparta is here. I'm looking forward to this live too. Wanting to talk makeup. Sometimes you just want to talk makeup. That's what we're going to be doing. And good morning to Annette and Karen and Crystal from Southern California and Jeannie. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. So let's go ahead and start off with Dr. Dray. If you're not familiar with Dr. Dray, she is a very good reference for me for this channel. I really appreciate her points of view. She does go really hard in on fragrance where I don't necessarily go as hard personally. And it's more it's more just a personal thing that I'm not as afraid of fragrance as she is, but that's okay. Everyone is allowed to have different perspectives on that. But other than that, everything that I've ever heard Dr. Dray say, it matches up with everything I've researched on the side from, all the research articles that I read. So when I see the things that I'm researching online match up with somebody on YouTube, that gives me a lot of confidence when I see everything kind of lining up. And it just, I just appreciate her content so very much. And of course, she's a dermatologist. So of course she should know what she's talking about. I think we're learning though in the beauty space that just because someone says doctor in front of their name, it doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're talking about in that space. We always have to be skeptical of our sources and check multiple sources and see what lines up. So anyway, my point is I really enjoy Dr. Dray's content. She recently came out with a video on Naturium, which is Susan Yara's skincare brand. Susan Yara is another skincare influencer, and I did a video about her launch, and I wasn't a fan of the way she chose to launch the products. But again, that's a whole nother story we're not going to get in today. And it was quite a long time ago. Now the products are available at Target, and people have been asking Andrea to review Naturium. Naturium for a while. And it's interesting because if you look in the comments underneath her video, she real like everybody's like Dr. Dray destroying Naturium for 38 minutes. And, she really goes through every single product and gives her opinion on it, which I thought was very interesting. But if you break it down, I watched it through twice. I watched it through and then I absorbed what I could. And then I watched it through again and I wrote notes the second time. So what it came down to is of the 20 some products that she reviewed of that brand, 11 of them, she said that they were not bad, but there really wasn't anything special about them that made them unique to really, that you really need to go out and buy these. 13 of them, she said something problematic or potentially problematic about the formulas, which is a lot. Which was way more than I thought when I clicked on the video. I did not think that was what was going to happen. There were 13 of them in that category. There were 8 of them that she seemed to like, which I thought was cool. That there were quite a few. So let me tell you, the azelaic acid emulsion, the transexamic tropical acid, the plant ceramide rich cream, the niacinamide 3%, niacinamide mist, the niacinamide gel cream, the marine hyaluronic water cream, and the hyaluronic acid 2% essence were the ones that she seemed to like the best. But the problems that she had, I thought were very valid criticisms. It was like, I love watching a YouTube video where it's like, yeah, like that's really interesting. Like I hadn't thought of it that way. So with the mixed green nutrient cleanser, it had claimed to be fragrance free and it had bergamot oil in it, which is a clear fragrance. I mean, that is an oil that is often used in perfumes and colognes. And I was surprised by that. I haven't really looked into Naturium's formulas, so I thought that was interesting. It also had a lot of citrus extract, which can be used as a fragrance, and it can be skin sensitizing. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, it is in a cleanser. You're going to wash it off. So, fragrance and something you wash off isn't as big of a deal, but there are people with significant fragrance allergies. And if you see fragrance free on something, you expect it to be fragrance free. And that's, the overall arching feeling I get from this piece is that, you really can't trust a brand to do what it says unless it's something that's regulated. And, we'll talk about this in the next story too, is that the FDA in the US just really doesn't regulate enough. They don't have enough funding. I'm really hoping that changes sometime soon, because it's just ridiculous how you can put fragrance free on something and then have bergamot in it. It just blows my mind. She also had a really bad reaction to the azelaic topical acid. Yeah. She had a bad reaction and made her face itch, which I thought was kind of crazy, that happened to her. She was saying she doesn't really have particularly sensitive skin. She never had a problem like this before. So that really surprised me because I've never heard Dr. Dray talk about that. But yeah, I mean, I've never tried the brand. I think the price point looks really good. Glancing at the ingredient list, they look pretty good, but it was great to hear Andrea's take on this brand. And she's basically like, okay, I've reviewed it. Now shut up. Stop asking me to review it, which I thought was kind of funny. I mean, she's got this dry sense of humor that I just really appreciate. Really enjoyed watching that video. So when this video is over, I have all of my notes upstairs on my other computer, on my laptop. And I will put the links to her video and all of that, and all the rest of the links I typically have for What's Up in Makeup. I will put those on after the video renders. So if you're watching this on the replay, it should all be there. So just very quickly before I get your take on this, just thank you so much to Annette for joining the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so very much. And also to, I'm going to say Shaya. Hopefully I got it. I think there's like 4 different pronunciations that are going through my head. So thank you so much. Hopefully I got your name correct. Let's talk about, see what you all are saying. Princess Consuela says, I was so surprised here we go. I was so surprised Naturium had those ingredients in some products. I was curious to try some of the products. Has anyone tried the brand? Oh yeah. John's like, Dr. Dray is greater than Dr. Dray. I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with you on that one. I really, I'll go with Andrea if I had to pick between the two. Let's see. But yeah, I just really appreciate the review. I know Dr. Dray isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I personally really love her content. Yeah, ALTV, are you curious to try any of the Naturium products now? I'd love to see a review from you. Probably not. I'm cutting back on my reviews on the channel. I'm just, I've been reviewing products for a really long time, and I'm really loving the What's Up in Makeup style content. So on this channel, you're probably going to see less reviews. And because Naturium's been out for a while, it's not as hot of a topic, except for from people for Dr. Dray, like Dr. Dray, who, anything she puts out, I think people are going to be excited about. But yeah, probably not. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more, like maybe take a top news story and do a whole video on it, kind of thing, rather than individual reviews, unless it's a product that I'm super excited about. So yeah, probably not. Yeah, I think this is a good point. Inku spam says Dr. Dre says things people don't want to hear. She knows what she's talking about. I agree. I love how candid she is. She just throws it out there. I love it. But yeah, I really appreciated her take on it. And yeah, I definitely recommend that video. And she's been putting out a lot of really good content lately. I just very much appreciate. So let's just finish this up and we'll go on to the next story, which really had me like, oh my gosh, are you freaking serious? Yeah. Beth says, I feel with a lot of popular rave about brands have bad ingredients or heavily fragrant just due to the lack of education and pushing of influencers. I think that's just the way that things have always been too. I think just recently consumers have become smarter about ingredients just within the past few years. I think YouTube influencers, like skincare influencers, have really helped with that, educating consumers about what they're really buying and why you may not want to use fragrance, why, you may not want to use a 30% glycolic acid, because it's like how much skin you need to exfoliate. Like how much skin you got. It's just my personal experience from using the Drunk Elephant baby facial. That thing wrecked my face, like thin, like too much exfoliation. And then like Dr. Dre says with that particular ingredient, based on the way it's formulated, a 30% from one brand may even do the same thing as a 10% from another brand. It just depends on, how it's formulated. So I think it's just anything we can do to educate ourselves about what we're buying, I think is a good thing. And I think marketing has always pushed us to popular brands. It's all about the marketing. But yeah, I do agree with you, Beth. I definitely agree with you. What is going on with my computer? All these weird pop-ups. Okay, so let's talk about the next story. Next story is a company called AMA Laboratories, which, if you do not know, a laboratory in the US does not disclose typically who they are working with and which brands formulate underneath them. So this is a company in New City, New York. And the owner of the company, his name is Gabriel Letizia Jr., pled guilty of defrauding customers by reporting lab test results for panel testing that were not fully performed. So since 1987, he has been not performing the lab test properly that he says he's going to, which is crazy because if you think about how many products they've probably formulated in the past, since 1987, how many years is that? This is between 1987 to 2017, 30 years, Did I do that math right? Yeah. Not as good at math on the fly. That's easy math too. That's just crazy to me. They formulate sunscreens. And those sunscreens, they maybe tested it on 5 people instead of 50 people, and then told the people that they sold the products to, that they paid for all of this testing, that they did it properly, and then they didn't. They made up test results. So 4 former employees previously pled guilty to their connection in the scheme. And I'll link down below for you. According to the Department of Justice report by the Southern District of New York, this is a quote from the report. Gabriel Letizia schemed for decades to defraud customers of his laboratory and cause sunscreens and other consumer products to be sold and marketed to consumers on the basis of false laboratory testing reports. And this defrauded people of over $46 million. And it's just scary to me. Because the FDA doesn't there should be inspections of these things and making sure there should be some kind of double checking, but that costs money. And in order to have money, people have to see that it's important, and I don't know how this works 100% in the US, and I definitely don't know how it works in other countries, but it's just terrifying to me that, that they can have a company for this many years saying that they're doing these tests and then not doing them. Like, it got away with it for this long. So he pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, which carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison, and 2 counts of causing a misbranded drug to be introduced into interstate commerce, each of which carries a maximum penalty of 1 year in prison, and he'll be sentenced in September. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, freaking crazy, man. Like, it's AMA Laboratories. So the problem is we don't know what brands were affected. It is a U.S. company. First thing I thought of is this in Korea? Because we know that Korean sunscreens have recently been scrutinized as not having the SPF that they say on the packaging. We saw that with the Beat sunscreen from Crave Beauty and some other sunscreens. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But this is a similar situation. So I don't know if we'll ever find out which brands were affected by this. Which brands did they work with? Like, it's crazy to me. Think about it, over that many years, how many companies maybe have worked with this lab, and we just don't know if we're using any of them right now. Like, it's so freaky. Like, I wish that there was a way, like there was like a law that we would have to find out. Like, it's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. So let's see what you all are saying, and then we'll move on to the next story. Interesting. Tina says he won't get jail time. People with money almost never do. I hope he does, because that's crazy to me. We'll have to see. I mean, but you definitely have a point. You definitely have a point. Rachel says it was definitely an SPF recently that was under fire for not having the amount they claimed. I wonder. Yeah. And a lot of those were K-Beauty. So this is an American lab. So those were Korean labs. So this is like a problem. This is a problem. I mean, I personally, for me and my research, I don't see a difference between using an SPF 70 sunscreen and an SPF 30 sunscreen. But if we're talking about an SPF 30 that's really an SPF 10, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Oh, absolutely, Shannon. We need to get better regulations for cosmetics. 100%. 100%. Yeah, same thing, Jakes. We do need laws and regulations in the US regarding skincare. I mean, it's unreal, the things that can go to market without having any kind of, like, we don't know what's happening. Like, we're so in the dark and we just buy things and it's just based on trust of that brand. But the thing is like we saw with Crave, it's like she trusted her lab. Like, even if you trusted Crave as a brand, like, you're trusting not only the brand, but that the brand can trust their lab. And how are they supposed to know? Like, other than doing independent testing beyond the testing that their lab is doing, like, most people will not do that. Why would you pay for independent testing when your lab has told you that you're fine? Like, why would you do that? Why would you spend that extra money without knowing that something might be wrong? It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. Melissa says it's crazy how different regulations are in the US. Half of that nonsense would never be allowed in Europe. Yeah. And I remember, I forget what I was researching, but I was researching US compared to EU regulations, and the EU regulations had been updated like the month prior. And the US regulations, it was like 6 years on that particular thing I was looking up. Just, yeah, we need more protection. We need more protection. All right. Let's move on to the next story. I've got 3 more stories. And the last one, you're either going to love it or hate it on this last one. I think it's hilarious. But all right, let's talk about this, because this has been a topic. The Prince collection is about to come out from Urban Decay, and a lot of people are upset because they feel like Prince never would have wanted this for his name, for his brand. And that's happening more and more with people kind of using celebrities that have passed away to promote products. Now, this one you may feel a little bit different about. Cameron Boyce, who was the Disney star who passed away from epilepsy, I think 2 years ago. He's partnering with Tower28. his foundation, I should say. The Cameron Boyce Foundation is partnering with Tower28 to support epilepsy research. So this is the story behind it. It's a limited edition shine-on lip jelly in a raspberry violet shade called Wild. And 100% of the profits are going toward epilepsy research by funding the next Cameron Boyce Taking Flight Award. And what that is they have the funds and they sponsor a doctor or a research lab that's researching epilepsy and trying to find a cure. So how this came about is a staff member at Tower28. Her name is, oh wait, you know what? I have picture. I realized I forgot I have picture of this one. I didn't have pictures of anything else. So this is her. Isn't she beautiful? Her name is Paulina, and she works in product development, social media. And she knew Cameron. They were really good friends. And she worked to organize a partnership between Cameron's family and the Boyce Foundation and Tower28. And that is the lip jelly. And last time I checked, it was still available if you're interested. But what I'm curious about is how you all feel about using someone who has passed in order to sell products. I mean, for me personally, I feel like, they're giving 100% of the profits to fight what Cameron passed from. So that makes sense to me. And I personally don't have a problem with it. And even though I wasn't a Cameron Boyce fan, I had a lot of respect for the work that he did. My kids absolutely loved The Descendants. That was a huge part of their childhood. So, yeah, I thought about, purchasing in order to support the cause. I mean, you can definitely donate directly to the cause if you don't want the lip jelly. But yeah, I mean, I think that, yeah, right here, Elizabeth, I think it's very different than the Prince thing. This is beneficial. I agree. Yeah, Sorojan says here, everyone is assuming they know what he would want, but those who actually close to him signed off. So as far as the Prince collab, yeah, exactly. So it's like, we really don't know. I mean, all we know is what's been said publicly about that person. And I think with Prince specifically, there were certain things he said he specifically never wanted. I had read somewhere that he never wanted to be a hologram, that he thought it was super creepy. And then they used him as a hologram. I think it was in the Super Bowl, like things like that. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Beatrice says, usually I don't like it, but I think this is different. I think so too. Jalissa says that she thinks that it's a great collab personally. Yeah, Cynthia feels that lip jelly looks like it's tastefully done. Prince, no. Oh, Marlo is here. Hello, Marlo. Not feeling the Prince collection. Love Prince. Wish Urban Decay had done better. Love you, Jen. Love you back, Marlo. Mwah. Go check out Marlo's channel. She does have a YouTube channel, Marlo Keenan. Yeah, exactly. Princess Consuela says, I think it's good to do a raise awareness for the cause. I agree. I'm saying this name again. I just can't. I can't. I'll just call you Ink. There we go. Cameron was a sweet kid, very sad. Tower28, cream blush is fire, good cause. I agree. Yeah. And Sarah says she thinks it's the same thing. Now, we have another thing we're going to talk about in the product report, that we're going to bring this back. We're going to bring this back and talk about whether we think this is okay. We'll get there. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is Estee Lauder. And this is an update from a previous episode of What's Up in Makeup. They now officially own 76% of Deciem. And if you're not familiar with Deciem, they own The Ordinary, Naiad, Hylamide, and the Chemistry brand, which I've never heard of. They did own 29%. We reported this back in February. So this is the update. And it's rumored that they paid $1 billion for this deal. They do plan to purchase the rest of Deciem within the next 3 years, depending on the performance of the brand. It'll vary, what they pay for it, but they do plan on buying the last, 24%. All the math I have to do this morning. And this is a fun fact. In the 12 months ending on January 31st, 2021, net sales of Deciem were approximately $460 million. Just blows my mind how much money some of these brands can make. Just unbelievable. So I think that was a really smart purchase of Estee Lauder to kind of trim off the brands that aren't doing as well, like Becca, and really invest in the brands that are doing well. Thank you so much to the moderators for appreciate you, Audra, have the like button, and thank you so much to all the moderators. I love you all dearly. Thank you, Audra. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is a really good point, Christy. I hate when big companies buy out those littler brands. Yeah. And I think that like that's kind of what happened with Becca is that Becca wasn't really a small brand, but being bought by Estee Lauder, I think it just killed the whole vibe of the brand, in my opinion. Thriving and beyond. Why do you think Estee Lauder is purchasing all these brands? Is it purely financial? Yes. 100%. Estee Lauder is in the business of making money. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Tate says, Estee Lauder sucks. Yeah. Marvelous is the ordinary good. I think that the ordinary is a little difficult to navigate. I think you really, it's kind of like, even Naturium, you know, the way that they advertise. I mean, some of the names of these products from Naturium, you know, that we have, niacinamide serum 12% plus zinc. It's like, what does that mean? You know, unless you're really researching it, Ordinary has the same kinds of names for their products. Unless you really know what these ingredients are and what they do, you don't know if you need them or not. And I think that, you know, sometimes we buy things because someone recommends them or because it's inexpensive or we see it and, you know, impulse buy or whatever. But we don't need, like, depending on your skin needs, you may not need some of these things. Like BHAs for me, I don't have oily skin, and I feel like BHAs are great for people with oily skin. What they do is they're kind of like a magnet for dirt and oil that are in your pores. And because I don't have oily skin and I don't have problem with clogged pores, I don't feel like I need BHAs. But if you don't know that, then you may buy a product with BHAs and you have the same skin type as me and you don't even need it. So sometimes I feel like brands like this, like The Ordinary and Naturium, kind of, they don't really educate enough about what their products do so people can properly pick the products that they need. And it can be very overwhelming. But I think if you find the right products, some of the Ordinary stuff is fantastic. It's just finding the right products that'll work for you personally. And it takes time to figure that out. I do have a very old video on The Ordinary that I did maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but there's a bunch of them online that kind of give a little bit more detail about what the different products do. I definitely recommend if you're looking into The Ordinary to do a little research on your own as far as the what the ingredients do and whether it would be good for you, or watch some reviews from people that really talk about what the ingredients do. So yeah, I think that it's a smart move on Estee Lauder's part to purchase Deciem. And I'm curious about the chemistry brand. I've never even heard of that. I want to know what the deal is with that. It sounds really neat. All right. Oh, Sarah says that their website breaks it down. Last time I went on their website, I still found their breakdowns confusing, but you know, maybe it's improved. And since last time I looked, it's been a while since I've looked. So Sarah, thank you for bringing that up because I haven't looked in a minute. So hopefully they've improved that. Yeah. If you say they have, I believe you. All right. So the last top news story, because we're about at our halfway mark, which is where I wanted to end top news, is a marketing campaign by Venus Gillette. And this is either going to like freak you out. Like, I personally am not freaked out by this. It's all about pubic hair. They want to normalize doing whatever you want with your pubic hair is the marketing campaign. The pubic hairs are singing. I'm going to play some of it for you. I have it keyed up for you so you can hear some of it. The pubic hairs sing, among other things, why the mass hysteria about the pubic area. And this is, and there's nothing diabolical about this little follicle. So take care of us, your pubic hair. If you trim or you shave or you're bare down there, whichever way is your way, it's all okay. So I'm going to play just a little bit because I find this absolutely hilarious. I can't play the whole thing because I don't want to mess up copyright, but here we go.
Hi, I'm a pubic hair. Yeah, I'm just a pube, and it's not fair. All I ever wished to be was just another hair. But when they got one look at me, the ruling from society was ew, not you. Oh, what's a curl to do? It seems like all the showing perfect skin and shiny hair. But what about this other world inside your underwear? It's okay to say
Okay, you kind of get the point. I don't want to play. I can't play the whole thing. But I thought that was so funny and so cute and so creative. It's all natural, man. It's all natural. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever you want to do with your hair, that's up to you, And I love like the hair positivity movement, with like shaving and all that. Like, why do we need to shave as women? Like, why? And should men shave? I don't know. Like, I think people should do whatever they want. I don't think it should. That's just my opinion. But I think that it's great to normalize all of that. I mean, Sarah says, if my stubble starts singing. April says, my new fave Disney princess, Pubella. Exactly. Steph says, well, it did get people talking, which is what you want to do, but OMG, I know, right? I know. If you just I'm going to put it if you're watching this in the replay, it should be in the description box, but I'll put it in the description box after. But if you just go on YouTube and you search Gillette pubic hair, you'll find it. Yeah, Christy loves it. I think it's funny too. I think it's great. It's like, why do we make such a big deal over these little things? It's like, do what you want with your body. Do what you want with your body. If you want to grow out your armpit hair, if you want to grow out your pubic hair, if you want to shave it all, it's your body, man. It's your body. Michelle says, I do what I want. My husband's just happy there's a V down there. There's a V there. Yeah, exactly, Melissa. For real. Who cares what people do or think about your hair? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Janice says, I love it. It's so true. We're free to do what we want to do. I probably shave twice a year. Like, I'm going to the beach for my anniversary trip. There you go. Exactly. For my wedding, I got a Brazilian, and I will never do it again. That was not worth it. That was not worth it. I was like, never again. Never again. Not happening. I mean, it was for my wedding, so, I thought that I should, but I regretted it immediately. Exactly, Elizabeth. Especially in that area, it's important to be comfortable. Oh, 100%. 100%. I feel like now, though, if I don't shave, it's uncomfortable. Like, I have to, do my little grooming or else I get uncomfortable. That's just me, though. Yeah, Rebecca says, Brazilian gal here, we do it every month. Yeah, do what you want. Like, that was just my personal experience. Yeah. Martha says, I shave, but only because I get sweaty and I'm less hygienic when I'm furry. There you go. I mean, yeah, totally. Ned says, waiting for John to chime in on that. I think John's probably going to stay silent on that. I'm going to recommend John stay silent on that. You give yourself Brazilians? Never. I could never. I'd be terrified. Good for you. I could never. You know what, Chica? You have tuned in at a very interesting point. We don't typically talk about pubic hair in live chat, but why not? We all have it. I would say most people would. I don't know if there's conditions where there's some people that don't, but I would say vast majority of people do, and it's natural. Yeah, oh my gosh. Someone called me and I just came back to chat and we're talking about pubes. LOL. What did I miss? It's so funny. Yeah, Venus Gillette's new campaign. I thought it was hilarious. All right. So we are at 10:35. So now it is time to move on to the product report. And we'll get to, usually I stop here and talk about what's on my face, but we'll do that in PR purchase, which is after the product report. So let's talk about it. How about the new products that came out this week? Starting with indie brands. So let's start with Peachy Queen. They came out with their chakra palette. Oh my gosh, is this gorgeous or what? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if people will find this to be like a cultural thing. I know that some people are very upset by things that are cultural used for makeup brands. I'm not sure. Because I feel like chakra stuff and all of that has become very mainstream as far as almost like the way. See, I know that it can be like a religious. I'm not sure if religious is even the right word, but I feel like some people may be upset about using chakras to sell makeup. But I mean, I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you think. It's $29.99. There's 16 shades. There's one matte and one shimmer for each color to represent the chakras, and it is limited edition. I just clicked on something and it went away. Yeah, some of the colors look really similar. Let me put it back up and see if the comment goes over top of it while we talk about it. Where did it go? All right, there it is. Yeah, it does go over top of it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Jen says spiritual more than religious, I think. Yeah, I don't know enough about like the what chakras are based in. I just don't have that, and I don't want to misspeak. Naomi says, I feel like it's more free real estate like Zodiac, etc. Maybe. Oops, hold on a minute. Okay. Nice. Marvelous says, I love this, Jen. Your chats are getting more of a variety of topics. I love it. Me too. Spiritual. Yeah. Like balancing the chakras. Yeah, chakras are spiritual. Yes, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's an interesting concept, but somebody that's more into it and more interested in this may be able to speak on it better than I can. Yeah, Janice says it. Yes, spiritual research videos on it. But would people find that to be disrespectful? I don't know. I'm not sure. Monica says brown. I don't see a brown. I would imagine brown wouldn't be in it because there's no brown chakra that I know of. I do see some purples. There's a gray and a white, though. So I'm not sure what that would represent. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, I did not mean to click on that one, but okay. So, I'm clicking things. A new way to sell a rainbow palette. Yeah. Well, with Pride coming up, I feel like a lot of people really, capitalize and try to sell things based on Pride. And I think that's a similar kind of thing, using a group of people or a movement in order to sell products. It's just one of those things you have to develop your own personal opinion on. All right. So this I thought was interesting. This is Adept Cosmetics, and it's called the Kodan palette, and it's available for purchase on Saturday, May 29th at 12 p.m. MST. Where is it? There it is. I thought it was really beautiful. Wait till you hear what this is named after. It's named after an alien species in the movie The Last Starfighter. Do you remember The Last Starfighter? That was a movie from my childhood that I loved that movie. I did not remember Kodan, which is they're like brown aliens that have like wrinkly faces. They almost look like from Star Trek. What you call it? What's the name of the group from Star Trek that they kind of look like? They're like brown, wrinkly guys. I have friends that would just be really mad at me right now for not being able to remember that. But ship time is around 35 days, and I know you all are screaming at me right now. But I'll remember it. I was never a Star Trek person. Ship time is around 35 days, but they're going to try to make it sooner. But then they have something interesting going on here. If you're not a fan of the mattes, it's $61 for this palette, but you can replace one matte shade with any single on their website for an additional $3, or you can replace both matte shades for an additional $5. So if you don't like those, you can change those mattes out, which are the ones on the right-hand side, that pink and that green shade. So yeah. I thought that was quite interesting. Interesting choice. I don't think I've ever seen that. So let's see what your comments are saying. Oh, no, Star Trek is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Star Wars. Star Trek, the one where the Klingons. Thank you. Klingons. I'm right. Klingons are Star Trek, right? Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't watch either of them. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? I know they're so popular. Yeah, I love that movie as a kid too, D. I loved it so much. Yeah, Klingons. You guys are right. That's what I was thinking about was Klingons. So, yeah. Yeah, the curled lash, the pink color really throws me off. Yeah, it definitely is unique to put that bright pink in there. Looks too fuzzy for me. I think that it's meant to be stars. Those little sparkles on there. I think because it's like supposed to be like Last Starfighter. Yeah, I think those are meant to be stars. Yeah, Star Trek is Klingon. Okay, I thought I had that right. Okay. Oh yeah, Klingons are not little. You're right. Sorry. Star Wars Girl, not Trek is what I meant. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, I understand. Oh, wait, hold on. I was getting the two mixed up as well. I try really hard not to. I actually had a friend. Let me click over and get this image off of here. I actually had a friend that I worked with back when I was waiting tables at Outback Steakhouse when I was in college, and he was a bartender. And every year they had a big Star Trek convention down the street. So people would come in their cosplay, and he was really into Star Trek, and he made blood wine for the Klingons that would come in. So they would always, every year they would come into our Outback so they could get blood wine from Tristan. And it was a big thing. And that you just hear them speaking Klingon to each other. Like they spoke it fluently. And Tristan would be talking to them in Klingon, you know, in his Outback uniform when we had the bright colors with the flare on it and everything. And it was fun. It was really fun to have like Klingons walking around the restaurant. That was such a cool location. We had all kinds of people in there. Billy Ray Cyrus came in once with his whole family. I'm assuming Miley was there, but I don't know. His mom paid with a credit card with his face on it. Cal Ripken, Ray Lewis. We had all kinds of people come in that Outback. I don't know what it is about Outback. Everybody loves Outback, even celebrities. So that's my Klingon story to share with you to go with that. But yeah, great for Adept. Last Starfighter, I really want to rewatch that now. It's been many years, but I really like that. All right. So remember when I said I was going to circle back and we were going to talk about a celebrity, people capitalizing off of a celebrity that's passed. So here we go. So we have Indica Boutique Beauty. Oh my gosh, why is that so hard to say? They have a David Bowie inspired collection. And I do not believe this is licensed. I think this is just inspired. So we have the Oh You Pretty Things palette. And then this is the inside. And then we have a Stardust highlighter palette, which is there. And then this is the inside. And then there is a hand mirror that looks like this. And then this is the entire collection. So this is somebody that's not even associated with David Bowie, a brand that probably is just huge David Bowie fans making a tribute collection. And I'm super curious to know what you all think of that and whether you think that is like a thing. So I don't know. Monica says, not sure of the artwork. Yeah. And Maggie says the art is bad. I think that they're just, I don't know a whole lot about David Bowie. My David Bowie knowledge probably extends to wait, I said Never Ending Story. Oh my gosh. To Labyrinth is kind of my knowledge of David Bowie. I don't know a whole lot about David Bowie. So I don't know if, yeah, the artwork is quite juvenile. I think, I don't know. Is that similar to like his album art? Maybe. Yeah, it is a little bit odd. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it's similar to some of his album art. Yeah, David Bowie did pass away, I believe. Am I wrong on that? I'm pretty sure he died a few years ago. Yes, Indigo Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies of all time. I have if you ever see on my shoulder here, is it this one? Yeah. No, let me see. That one? Yeah. Right here, I have an owl here. That's the owl from Labyrinth on my shoulder. If you ever see that poking out, that's what that is. And then right here is the Never Ending Story. I have Bastion going, yes. Yeah, the artwork is odd. I do think that the inside looks cool though. So, but I'm not a David Bowie fan, so maybe I just don't know. Yeah, he died in 2016. See, I thought so. I thought so. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. But I think David Bowie fans may like it. I don't know. Yeah. Francesca says it's a fine line between copying a brand and being different enough while doing the inspiration justice. Totally. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to the next thing. Okay. So CauseBox. Do I have an image for this? I don't think I do. I don't. Okay. So if you were a fan of CauseBox, they've changed their name to All True, which I think is an odd name. They say because we need a name that's better represented our mission to build a community that brings truth, kindness, and goodness to everything we do. I mean, I think CauseBox represented that. I don't know about All True. To me, it sounds like an MLM. Doesn't All True sound like an MLM? I don't know. Did I ever get a CauseBox? Maybe once. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting change. I'm going to do the next one and then I'll check on comments. So Artist Couture, let's talk about this. They have 3 new products. It's the Fresh Face Forward collection launched on Friday at their website and at Sephora on Tuesday. The 25th is when it'll be there. There's a multi-use powder that comes in 5 shades. I'll show you all those in a second. $34 each. The Prep and Glow Blurring Perfection Primer for $32 and a Silky Lip Oil for $20. I think it's smart of companies to come out with lip oils. And glowy primers are like a thing. So here are the shades of the multi-use beauty powder. And it does seem like there's a really nice range here. And remember with powders like this, you don't necessarily need something that exactly matches your skin tone. So for me, I feel like this looks pretty good, but you'll have to tell me if you're a different skin tone than me, whether you feel like you're represented here. I don't typically have a problem with being represented in shade ranges. So I see something that would work for me. I would probably get the second to lightest, the one that's a little bit yellow toned, it looks like. But I think that looks nice. I think the packaging is pretty. It's different for Artist Couture to have all of the white, isn't it? But I think that looks nice. So let me go ahead and go over to the comments and see what you're talking about as far as CauseBox and All True. They're changing the name to All True and the Artist Couture collection. With the Artist Couture stuff, it looks like the Prep and Glow Blurring Perfection Primer would have shimmer, but I don't think the beauty powder does or the lip oil. Yeah, Tiffany says, having a name like All True and being in the beauty space doesn't sound like it correlates. I totally agree. Or like a car insurance brand, either an MLM or a car insurance brand. Doesn't it sound like they could compete with Geico? All True? I can see them coming up with their own little rabbit to represent them or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yasu Cherry says, I'm very pale. Even the lightest shade would look orange on me. Gotcha. Yeah, Roberto says Artist Couture always has nice packaging. I think so too. Yeah, Kimberly says it's very clean looking. I think it's very different from everything it's done before. Totally. And the marketing photos for this are beautiful. They're really beautiful. They did a great job. Cynthia says they said the primer has squalane, not squalene. It's like squalane and squalene. One of them is more processed than the other. Off the top of my head, I feel like I want to say they can both be olive derived, but one of them I think is more effective and more stable than the other, but I always get them confused. They're not interchangeable. They're different things, and they have different effects. I'd have to look into that more. Here we go. That's why Melissa says All True is Allstate's new makeup line. There you go. See, that's why I was thinking they could compete with Geico. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that name. I really liked CauseBox. Maybe they felt like they needed a revamping of their brand. I don't know. Okay, is it always from Shark, Cynthia? Squalene is from Shark, Cynthia says. Okay, I was thinking that it could be from olives, but I guess I'm wrong. I have to look it up. So, okay, so let's move on because we're running out of time. We only have 10 minutes left and I still have lots to tell you. Okay, so let's go on to Florence by Mills. Really cute little collection here. So we have the UBU eyeshadow palette is $25. I mean, you got to think about the marketing for this. This is a Gen Z marketed brand, not to say that other people can't use it, but I think that's really cute. Like, I love the packaging. I love the little indents on the pencils. These are called What's My Line eyeliner, which I think is cute since Millie Bobby Brown is an actress in What's My Line. I think that's really cute. Those are $14 each, and they do come in 5 shades. I think this is perfectly marketed. I think it's perfect for, 15, 16-year-olds. It looks great. I love this. I love this. I'm not buying it because I feel like it's not something that I personally need, but I love the light purple. It's like the millennial pink. Now we have, Gen Z purple, I guess. But I think that's so cute. That's so cute. And let's just show you the last thing in the product report, the ColourPop collection. It's an 11-piece line. It launched on Thursday. It's called So Very Lovely. There's 3 metallic gel eyeliner pencils, 3 of their Super Shock blushes, 4 lipsticks, and an eyeshadow palette. And I think this is a beautiful collection. I love the flowers behind with the marketing. I think it markets it very well. I mean, ColourPop really is crushing it in the marketing, in my opinion. I think that there's a reason why they're so popular. It's the quality of their products. It's how fast they push out the different launches. It's the marketing. I mean, they really do a nice job. I know they're kind of the fast fashion of our space, but I really do think that they're doing a wonderful job with their marketing. I even love the font on the lippy sticks to make it look just so floofy. I don't know if that's new font on there, but it definitely matches with this campaign. It looks like it's a specific font for this collection, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. All right, let's see what y'all are saying. It is truly lovely. I agree. Sorojan says, I love the art and the ColourPop stuff. I don't need it, but it's so pretty. Totally agree. Shannon, I'm a sucker for the rose gold packaging of the ColourPop collection. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. Just beautiful. I mean, I'm not buying any of it, but I think it's really pretty, and I have respect for it. Yeah, totally. Elizabeth says the ColourPop palette has beautiful packaging, but I feel like I have all those colors from them already. I would try the eyeliners if I was buying something else from ColourPop. Yeah, and I feel like, especially if you started buying ColourPop, a while back, they really do repeat colors all the time. It's just a different packaging, a different, maybe slightly different colors. But I mean, they're making so many palettes. They have to be repeating things. So, I mean, it makes sense. I agree, though. Yeah. Jilly says, I always hesitate buying ColourPop because my collection is big enough, and I feel like if I buy a new release, I'm going to want the next new one next week, and I won't stop. Totally. I think there are a lot of people that feel the same way. Absolutely. All right. So, PR purchase of the week, Sigma set, still available. I was so happy when I said, they said, we want to make this many, and that many has sold out, but I asked them to make extra. So I'm really happy about that. Other people are going to be able to get it if they want it, because not everybody wants to buy like right that second as soon as something launches. Okay. So this is Kaleidos. I finally got this. I know everybody and their grandmother has already done a review of this, but I finally got this. This is beautiful from Kaleidos. Today I'm wearing one of the lip products that's in here, but yeah, this stuff is beautiful. So it comes with, this is the big box set. This is the Flower Punk collection. So the coloring book by itself is sold out. It's $5, but it's sold out. The whole set, what I'm going to show you, is $137 for everything. So the dresser by itself is $49, which I don't know if I think this is worth $49 by itself. It seems like something like, I understand why, because this is custom made. I'm sure it was very expensive to make. So it makes sense to me why they're charging for it, because it probably cost them a lot. But compared to other things you could get that are similar, that are mass produced, the price point is very high. But it makes sense to me why they're charging this much for it, because I'm sure it was very expensive to make. Okay, so it comes with a coloring book, and then here are the temporary tattoos. So cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're so cute. And then today I'm wearing one of the liquid lipsticks. This is their Lip Cloud Lip Lab Clays. These are the natural ones. I'm wearing the lightest shade, I believe. This one is called Adobe. And the formula for these, after being on my lips for a while, they're a little dry. They remind me going on, they're very similar to the M Cosmetics ones, the Bare Minimum ones. They feel very moussey and whippy going on. And they do have that chocolate pudding scent that I personally really love. But unlike the ones from Bare Minerals and M Cosmetics, they do dry down completely dry down. So they feel almost like a film on the lips. I can feel them right now, but they don't feel dry at all. They are zero stick. Zero stick. I personally prefer a formula like this over one that dries down and is your lips kind of stick together. But yeah, really like this. So these are the natural ones. If I had more time, I would swatch them for you, but I'm sure there are videos swatching everything. And then here are the more colorful ones there. And I'm sure there's pictures on their website and everything. So this is Flora Noir and this is Sandcastle. And these tins are beautiful. They are gorgeous. And then there's an eyeshadow palette, which is here. This is the Flower Punk eyeshadow palette. And I have not used this yet. Reminds me a lot of Melt Cosmetics, very much, but this packaging is just gorgeous. It's like the packaging reminds me of, what is it? I'm trying to remember the name of the brand. Starts with an I, maybe? I don't know, I forget. But they have ones like this that slide off. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head. And then there is a softening lip mask. This is going to be very occlusive. Petrolatum is the first ingredient in this. I don't smell a scent. I haven't used this yet either, but this is going to be very occlusive to lock in moisture. People knock petrolatum. It is a very inexpensive ingredient, but it's also very effective. So that's that. And then on my eyes today, okay, remember how I was telling you Essence was coming for ColourPop? I think that hopefully they've permanently changed over their eyeshadow palette formula. So these are the new Essence palettes. This is all PR. This is, whoa, hold on a minute. I'm on the wrong thing. Okay, Inglot, thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Oh, Tracy said the same thing. Thank you. Okay, on my eyes today is the Essence Daily Dose of Love palette. Let me just swatch some of these for you. These are the light ones. Oh, I should have done other ones. Hold on. I might have a little bit of a mix. I have to hurry up because we're running out of time. But yeah, these are the same formula. I feel like just based on using them today, they seem like the same formula as the ones that were in the, the Disney Princess palettes. Actually here. So this is the Power of Love palette. This is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today. And then this is the Daily, Power of Love. Where am I? Am I Back to the Future? I don't know. Daily Dose of Love. This is Daily Dose of Power. Let me swatch a couple of these brighter ones here so you can see. Oh, those don't swatch well at all. Let's do again. I have to play with these more. Oh, there we go. They just needed a little bit of buildup. There we go. But they went on super easily. Very nice. So there's that. And then this is the Daily Dose of Energy palette. Just really neat. And I love that Essence is amping up their eyeshadow game because I felt like they needed to. Really happy about that. And then Ofra, this is new. This is the Midi palette. Face It Light. There's a light, a medium, and a deep. And I used this. Oh, no, this one as my contour and this as my highlight. This is just Star Island here. This is called Key West, and this is Isla Morada, I believe. I hope I said that right. I hope so. But yeah, these are new. There's 3 different palettes. This is the light one. I'm trying to go fast because I'm running out of time. I only have 1 minute left. Okay. This is so much. It goes by so much faster when I don't do this live. Okay. Sales this week. We have Gerard Cosmetics. Lots of products on sale. Some of them only $5 over on their website in their sales section. Huda Beauty, 25% off sale plus for a 4-piece gift with a $125 purchase. NARS, 20% off site-wide. Use code FRIENDS. Tarte, up to 75% off plus a free mascara with orders of $60 or more. And then on the Pure website, buy one, get one free site-wide. Code MAYBOGO. Thank you so much to Caitlin for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. And the artist shout out of the week. All right. Let's do this because okay. Artist shout out of the week. Candy makeup artist. Here we go. So this is like art. This is art. Like, what? Are you kidding me? What? Okay, her name is Joyce Spackman, and she is from the Netherlands. There's a whole story on her IG that goes on, it tells about like kind of the story behind this look. They also said, quote, I made a cast with plastic to put on my face. This way I get this super glossy plastic look. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Wait, just wait for it. Wait for it. This is called Porcelain Princess. What? Like, it's not a makeup look. It's a whole experience. Wait for it. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She made all of that. What? What? Seriously? What? Okay. And then they also do makeup and photography and art on other people. So this is Aisha Asia Bay is her name. And this piece is called Stained Glass Corset, and Joyce made that corset. Are you kidding me? Like, there are people that like make things like this. Like, it just seems so unreal that a human could make this. Like, unbelievable. Look, this photography, the art, what? Are you kidding me? Just incredible. So she's our artist shout out of the week. And again, this one's really easy to find. I don't have it in the description box yet, but Candy Makeup Artist is the name of the account. Very easy to find, traditional spelling of everything. So that is What's Up in Makeup this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun doing this live with me. I loved having the commentary along with it. This was really, really fun. So if ever this kind of thing happens again, where I can't do What's Up in Makeup in an edited form, I think this was great being able to do this live. Yeah, totally. Thriving and Beyond. These could be prints we put on our walls. Fantastic. Totally. Absolutely. Completely agree. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you liked the live version. I feel like it was a huge success having your commentary on everything, because I feel like it adds a whole nother level. We talk about this in live chat all the time, is that, you know, one person can go blah, 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 blah. But when you have the commentary of 1,000 people here live, you know, 1,100 people, we had, I think, 1,300 people here. You know, it makes a huge difference as far as what information comes out. I mean, you all that are here live really make live chat what it is. And I just appreciate you taking time out of your morning to be here. I know some people can't be here in the mornings because of different reasons on Sundays. We are going to be having an interview coming up soon. I just have to nail down the date, but the person has agreed to do a live chat, and yeah, they're on the West Coast, so it's possible that we may do an evening chat depending on the time. So that should be within the next few weeks, not next week, but within the next few weeks, and I'm excited. All right, my friends, thank you again for being here. Mad love to you. Have a wonderful week, and stay safe, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.